Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view. Well, hey, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's me here on the Wednesday, a nice cold, snowy Wednesday on the basement view. How's it going? I hope everything's good with you. I'm going to try to be happy, even though at some point I got to go out and deal with that snow. And boy, do I hate it. I'm going to smile while I cry. Okay? Hey, James, what's up, man? How you doing? Did you deal with that snow yet? Have you been out there at all? I went out earlier just to skim it. Yeah, you probably subscribe to my old way of doing it. Wait till all of it fall first, right? Yeah, that makes sense. No sense in working the shit out yourself. Man, I gotta tell you, don't know if you know this or not, but we got a new director of national security, Tulsi Gabbard. Used to be a senator out of Hawaii who was actually a Democratic senator and went to the Fox News side. So there you have that. By the way, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Looks like that algorithm is starting to produce some results. I want to thank y'all for that. So, Tulsi Gabbard is now Director of National Security, or Secretary of National Security. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Glad to see you. Also, a judge lifted the injunction on the buyouts for all of the federal employees. Hey, Charles, what's up? Apparently, the judge has decided that it's okay for them to offer buyouts to all of the federal employees. And she shot a dog for running away. I hadn't heard that. Hey, Carmen, what's up? Tulsi Gabbard shot a dog from running away? That's crazy. I know Kristi Noem shot a dog for killing a chicken. Tulsi Gabbard shot a dog too, huh? Man, right? Damn, that's kind of mean. and shot the dog for running away. Damn. Talk about a captive audience. So, oh, you meant Kristi Noem. Yeah, Kristi Noem, she rough on the puppies. You know, what can I tell you, man? Them some cruel people. You know, we already know that, though. So, one other thing, what y'all think about this buyout thing? Because apparently 70,000 have already signed their resignation papers. Now that's 70,000 people about to hit the streets. Now they're going to have pay up to September. But what if, I think there's about 2 million federal employees You know, what if they all take this buyout? You know, because they offered it to everybody. You know, that's a hell of a way to get rid of government, ain't it? Pay them all off and tell them to hit the streets. Now, mind you, that's a lot of people that's going to all of a sudden be unemployed. You see it as a good thing, Carmen? Not having to work under the orange man. Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. You worry for your youngest son who's diabetic. Yeah, Lisa, that's one of the things I'm thinking about is the health of the general population. You know, apparently they got caught lying in court with the U.S. aid departure. That department, they said they were canceling just future contracts. Well, apparently they had to amend their court statements because they lied. They canceled present contracts. So this thing is about to take a turn for the worse. And a lot of the people that were on programs, y'all might get a kick out of this. A lot of these people that's on these programs didn't realize that this is the program that they were cutting. Like that U.S. aid department, you know, they sent a lot of shipments of grain, soybeans, corn, flour, cornmeal, stuff like that, to places like Ethiopia and stuff, and places like that, to help the poor people survive. Well, guess where they got all that grain and food products from? You guessed it. Farmers here. See, a lot of the farmers here didn't know, oh, that's the program you cutting? Well, you can't cut that. Oh, and here's another one. A lot of these smaller farmers did not realize that the programs that they were getting subsidies from were DEI programs. They didn't realize that, you know, your small farm, in order for it to compete with the big mega farms, you know, those big guys like Monsanto, these smaller farms, family farms, were getting funding and loans and stuff from DEI programs. Guess what? They didn't know they were on DEI programs. So, I guess this is the find out phase, huh? I guess this is the find out phase. So anyway, hey, it's apparently gonna get a little rougher. I am worried though about the general public's health, because I feel like Robert Kennedy Jr. will be next, and Kash Patel will be after him, and the people that they're putting in are some pretty bad people. You know, so hopefully he can keep going through the courts and getting injunctions. Apparently, they're just going to have to try and get injunction after injunction. But with this latest news that the judge said it's okay to pay everybody out, that's and of course you're going to take the buyout when the man threatening to fire you if you don't take it. Okay? I can't guarantee your job if you don't take the buyout. That's putting a gun to the people's head. Did I see that Dr. Oz would put beside Kennedy to work on health? Yes, I saw that. Hey, Lisa. Hey, you know what? You can't make this shit up. I mean, Robert Kennedy Jr. and Dr. Oz is going to be running the health agencies for the entire country. Somehow, I got a feeling, and this is scary, it's going to be some chaos. It's going to be some chaos. Only the strong will survive. Well, one thing about it, this country has gotten to the point where, the only thing you can do is break it. When something gets so bad, all you can do is break it. And that's apparently that's the route we going, because I cannot imagine, let's say half of the federal employees take this buyout. Do you know what effect that would have on all of the agencies? How much are they getting? They are getting whatever their salary is up to September. Because in the government, they got different scale, from G1 to G8 or 10 or 6. No, 8 or 10. And whatever your salary is, it's up till September. Now, I was saying before, I could see if you are highly skilled, how you could think that's a good idea. Because if you take the buyout and you getting paid till September and you can rush and get another job in the private sector tomorrow, then you getting double dip till September. You can be on another job getting paid and they still have to pay you from the first one till September. So I could see how a lot of people would say, I think I get ahead of the game, take this buyout, cut out, get away from the orange guy, and get on another job that I might be safe on. I could see how that could, be somebody's way of thinking. That's kind of what I would probably think, So, but if 70,000, 70,000 have already accepted the buyout. And they're saying most people were waiting to see what the judge said. Well, the judge just okayed it. So, anyway, moving along, I understand, thanks to a neighbor of mine, that's if the Flim Flam man doesn't change his mind and not pay those people. Well, he said today he was going to pay him. He promised he was going to pay him. So, Let's find out. Anyway, did anybody hear about the Latino freeze? Okay, this was dropped on me. Yeah, right. This was dropped on me. I thought it was interesting. Check this out. Apparently, the Latinos got pissed off about the DEI, the dropping of DEI initiatives out in corporate America. Check this out.
Growing backlash tonight against national retailers that have started eliminating or rolling back their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Latino leaders are calling for a boycott of those big stores. The movement is known as the Latino Freeze, and activists like civil rights leader Dolores Huerta are leading the charge. NBC Bay Area's Damian Trujillo is in San Jose with the story.
Target is one of those being targeted for the nationwide boycott. This after the national chain joined others in eliminating its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The idea of a Latino freeze is growing. The idea is for Latinos to stop shopping at big stores and restaurants like Target, Walmart, and McDonald's, places that recently rolled back their DEI programs. The move followed similar action by the White House and federal government.
If you don't respect our community, then, you shouldn't have our dollars.
Civil rights leader Dolores Huerta is helping lead the charge for a national boycott. Comedian John Leguizamo is also on board and is pushing for a national freeze on all shopping February 28th, calling it an economic blackout.
The call to action for the Latino Freeze is targeting specific brands.
Dr. Caroline Chen is professor at San Jose State School of Business. Dr. Chen says that Latinos make up $3.5 trillion in buying power, meaning this isn't an idle threat. But she also notes a successful boycott would need to be a prolonged one, lasting longer than a month.
If it was 2 months, 3 months, 6, etc., maybe then you'd make significant inroads to hurting those particular companies economically.
Shoppers we spoke with are buying the call for a Latino boycott.
I support the Latinos people, the migrant people that come to work.
We reached out to Target for reaction to the boycott, but have not heard back. Huerta says the time to act is now.
And the least we can do is send a message to Donald Trump's backers. You know what? If you don't want to support our community, then our community is not going to support you.
Still leading the charge for diversity, equity, and inclusion at 94. Damian Trujillo, NBC Bay Area News.
Now, what do y'all think about that? What do you think about that? Where have I heard that before? Hey, Elise, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I think that maybe they should get with us, Hey, how about a text or something, and we talk about it, This might be something we can do together for long term. See, it's only going to be effective if it's for long term. See, you can't boycott one day. You can't boycott 1 week. At least I wish we could get together. You ain't shopped at Walmart for about 2 years. Well, I'm guilty. I have. I have not been there since they made the DEI decision. I used to also shop at Sam's, but I have been going to Costco because, let's face it, Costco has always, as long as I've been knowing Costco exists, they've paid their employees well. They pay their employees good as hell. And they have comparable stuff to Sam's. And you can get cheap gas there. Hey, Ronnie, what you say? Usually this happens when we promote small businesses to help them financially. Yeah. I think I think we should do that. Lisa, why you do me like that? Okay, they got good damn hot dogs, okay? Yes, Costco has a magnificent hot dog lunch. I recommend it. Oh, man. I've been fat outed. But hey, you know, all seriousness though, hey, Costco's the place for me, you know, even if it's just a hot dog. But they treat their employees good, you know. Walmart, get this. I don't know if most of you know this, but Walmart, when you are hired at Walmart, they give you the spiel about how much you're going to be making. They give you the welcome aboard. Once they do that, part of their orientation, because they know they're not paying you enough to live on, they immediately tell you how to file for food stamps and government assistance. Did you hear me? Upon being hired at Walmart, they know you're not going to make enough to live on. So they show you how to file for government assistance during your orientation. How's that for Walmart? So anyway, yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for boycotting, but it has to be for long term. See, it's like Elise just said, if we could get together, you know, blacks were saying this a month ago, you know. If somebody approached, to tell if somebody talked to you about joining the union. Yeah, that's what they do. Well, I don't know if they do that, Ronnie, now. You know, maybe they do. If you got any money to buy it with, you know. And good luck with that. Yeah, James, right. That's the problem. It's hard for, you know, anything like this to happen because I don't know. I'm not even in touch with who the black leaders are today. Maybe I'll try and find out. But you would think the black leaders would be talking to the Latino leaders right now, especially with this announcement that they intend to do that. Hey, why don't you get together with us? You know, let's start doing some stuff together and acting like we're together in this. What you mean I am? I'm not a leader. Boy, I tell you what, I would be the worst. I tell you what, I think what I will do is make some phone calls this week and see if I can find out anything, because it's got to be. I haven't been around in the community and to see if there's any organized thing going on like that. Maybe I'll make some phone calls and find out. You know, you got a text today that said the black community was doing it also. Oh, really? See, you see, I'm the last to hear stuff. Maybe I'll give some of the agencies like the Urban League or something to call, find out. Hope you can get a Trump support on your podcast. Well, Lisa, I talked to one today. He was supposed to call me back. He didn't call me. I'm going to reach out to a couple more and see if, they want to come on. I did reach out and talk to him. I really want this guy on because I've spoken with him numerous times. It'll blow your mind, the thought process. Anyway, and it's not going to be, I'm not going to have him on to bash him or nothing. I just would love for others to see how a Trump supporter thinks. That's the part right there. Yeah, because when I talked to him today, he sounded happy as a lark. And I'm like, okay, you ain't got the bad news yet. So anyway, black or white? Black. A black Trump supporter. It's easy to understand a white Trump supporter, okay? It's easy to understand, they are, he hates who I hate. That's the bottom line for a white Trump supporter, but I like to get a black Trump supporter on here and have the conversation just to get an idea of the thought process. Okay. And I think I will make some phone calls to some agencies to find out if they're talking. Maybe I'll write some emails to see if I can get a response. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, or at least between now and next week, see what I can find out, because that's supposed to be in May. Well, that should give enough time for for the word to get out. So who knows what'll be going on in May. we might not have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out by May. So anyway, last night, February 28th. I misheard that. Okay, February 28th. My mistake. I thought May sounded crazy to me when I said it. But again, let me do some checking, because I'd be interested to know if they're talking and if anything is going down. So right now, I don't know if you paid any attention to the Oval Office meeting between with Trump, Musk, and the press the other day. You got to hear this. And I thought when I saw it, I kind of had some of the same thoughts. So I saw Lawrence O'Donnell, and I thought he hit the nail right on the head. So let's have a look. Let's see at what he thinks about that meeting. Outrageous? Yeah. Hilarious? Yeah. So let's hear what he thinks up front right quick.
Well, there was good Trump news from the Oval Office today, if this one thing that Donald Trump said is actually true. When Donald Trump complained about judges blocking his attempts to stop spending and rewrite the Constitution, a reporter asked if he would abide by the judge's rulings, to which Donald Trump, to many people's surprise, said, well, I always abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. That's the right answer. He gave the right answer, and he didn't stop there. He went on to say, the answer is, I always abide by the courts, always abide by them, and will appeal, but appeals take a long time. And that's the right answer. We can only hope that it is true. But if it is true, some of the talk you've been hearing about constitutional crisis has been premature, which is why I have not yet entertained the discussion of constitutional crisis on this program. If Donald Trump does actually defy a court ruling, then we will cover it then. But as of now, he's actually saying that he will always abide by court rulings. He could have given a more Trumpian answer like, well, we'll see, but he didn't. And that's it for the good news today. A king visited the Oval Office today, a real king, by which I mean a king who actually governs his country, unlike English kings who can't even govern their families. King Abdullah of Jordan had to sit in the Oval Office and listen to the absurdity of Donald Trump saying that he would take Gaza. King Abdullah knows that Donald Trump will not take Gaza. King Abdullah knows that everything Donald Trump said today about Gaza will not happen. Donald Trump will not take Gaza. He will not take Canada. He will not take Greenland, and he will not take Panama. That is the nonsense that Donald Trump throws out there to try to distract the news media from what he really is doing, which includes literally taking food away from starving babies, from starving children, starving grandparents. And the person who is helping him do that stood over Donald Trump in the White House today, thereby delivering a picture of presidential subservience, the likes of which we have never seen, the most powerless image of a president of the United States ever created by a camera. There it is. In that shot, Elon Musk is doing everything he possibly can to tell the world, without saying a word, that Donald Trump is not the boss of me. Donald Trump is the boss of the other adults in that shot, Stephen Miller and Will Scharf, and that's why they are following Donald Trump's lead on the dress code for the Oval Office, which is the same dress code that has existed for every previous president. Elon Musk owns suits and ties. We've seen him wearing them. But today he decided to do the billionaire thing. I met my first billionaire 25 years ago in Hollywood. It was at a fairly small reception in a private home during the Democratic National Convention in Los Angeles. I was wearing a suit and tie, as was every visitor from Washington in the room. The editor of Time magazine was one notch more casual, wearing a blue blazer and gray slacks and a necktie. The show business billionaire was wearing a T-shirt. Everyone knew that he was the richest person in the room, and he knew they knew. And that meant he could wear whatever he wanted. He could dress like he just walked out of a TV writer's room. And so I saw then that the billionaire power move was being underdressed, violating the dress code, and knowing that you can do it because clothes don't make the man, money makes the man. And today Elon Musk decided that he wanted to outdo all of his fellow tech billionaires who frequently show up in T-shirts, and so he violated another norm of business meetings at the White House and business meetings in a lot of places by bringing one of his 11 children. It was like bringing a dog to the home of a person who hates dogs.
You know, I thought the same thing. I was like, look at how this dude's dressed. And the minute I heard him talking, I was like, that dude a crackhead. I don't know if any of you have ever heard a crackhead talk. I have. Elon Musk sounds like a crackhead. I mean, hey, Ronnie, that is exactly the way I saw it. That was a hell of an interpretation of that meeting. And That's the way it was. If you saw Trump, he was sitting there at the desk like one of those dummies that sit on a guy's lap and you run your arm up his ass and make his mouth talk. That's what he looked like sitting at the desk. Now I'm going to play different parts of this man's show tonight and maybe Friday night because it was crazy. It was crazy. Now, you at the White House, dressed like he was dressed, in the Oval Office, having a meeting where the president is signing executive orders to give you more power. He literally gave him more power that day. Okay? And you came in with a kid. You came in with a kid. And you were dressed like you just left the mall, you know, shopping for cotton candy with the kid. And then you immediately start talking like a crackhead. I was blown away. I mean, blown away. Excuse me. And I'm like, wow, are we in trouble? And then, if you listen to any of that press conference, they immediately created a boogeyman. Remember, they always create a boogeyman. And I couldn't believe my ears. When you listen to this stuff, listen for the boogeyman. Check this out.
They both tried to tell scary sounding stories, corrupt sounding stories, with Elon Musk referring to an unnamed woman who he claims gained a net worth of $30 million just while working for the federal government. And Elon Musk could not imagine how that could happen on a government salary. Now, let's just presume for a moment that there is such a woman whose net worth actually increased to $30 million while working for the federal government. Elon Musk said, we're just curious as to where it came from. Where does it come from? And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthy at the taxpayer expense. Everything about Elon Musk and Donald Trump's lying today resides in that statement. Elon Musk first asked the question of how could a woman possibly increase her net worth by $30 million while working on a government salary? Ask Melania Trump.
Lawrence, he hit below the belt sometime. But yeah, Ronnie, Trump was sitting there like he was clueless. And they immediately came up with this woman that made $30 million. I'm going to tell you right now, I remember this. I saw it on TV myself. Back when Ronald Reagan was running, he went on TV down in the South and told them folks he created a boogeyman, is what he did. He said, I know a guy who says there's a lady in the projects who lives on welfare, drives a Cadillac, wears the finest clothes, and eats at the best restaurants. And she on welfare, and she using up taxpayer money. Now, I remember that like it was yesterday. He created the welfare queen. That's where the term welfare queen came from. they started looking for the welfare queen. They never found the welfare queen. There's no lady who made $30 million while she was working on a government job. Now, Elon Musk did say that they made a few $100,000 in salary. Well, if I made a few $100,000 in salary, I could probably parlay that up to a few $1 million. Now, I think it's strange that a damn near trillionaire has a problem with somebody else making a few million. You know, you mean to tell me Donald Trump and Elon Musk got a problem with somebody that's done made a few $1 million? Now, they done kicked it up to this woman who made 30 million, you know, off the government. So, they created a boogeyman. That's bullshit 101. First thing, MAGA, create a boogeyman to get everybody mad. See, this will excuse us sending everybody home and not paying nobody, because we looking for this woman that made $30 million, you know, and we looking for more people like her, you know. We got to get rid of them. Now, they didn't never say who this woman was, what department. They gave no evidence of anything. And you know, if there was somebody they could point at, they would have. You know, Trump loves to put people on blast, right? You know, they'd have drug her right out in the open. So she does not exist. I think it's safe to say. So this is what we're dealing with. Elon Musk is running the show. Okay? Elon Musk showed how much power he has by walking his kid into the Oval Office for a meeting in which they signing executive orders and handing him more power. Is that crazy or what? Is that crazy? Man. And then today, the judge is saying it's okay if you offer everyone in the government a buyout. You can't make this shit up. Setting his kid up to do the same thing, man. Could you imagine how fucked up his kids gotta be? You know, with a crackhead for a daddy. You know, the the richest crackhead in the world. Golly, man, this ain't gonna be good. So, man, I tell you what. Boy. Hey, let's have some social media humor. Okay? I need another laugh. Hey, check this out. I've been watching them damn pop the balloons again. Oh, my God. Woo! This is some funny stuff. Pride comes before destruction, and hefty spirit before a fall. I'm assuming, I don't know that word. Haughty? I've never seen that word before. Haughty spirit. I don't know that word. That's an interesting statement. Pride comes before destruction. Interesting. I was thinking that might be a hankty spirit. You might have a hankty spirit before a fall. Anyway, hey, watch this. This some funny shit. Let's just have a laugh right now, because I might just start crying.
How y'all doing?
He is very fine and everything. If he wasn't shitting in the bathroom like that,
Damn.
I would have left with him. Shitting in the bathroom like that? Both of those bathrooms are blown up.
Bruh.
I don't think so. But guess what? If you ate some Mexican food, that's probably was the problem. Besides that, this looking fresh than a shit. Come on, who's cooking with him?
He took a shit early.
Okay, so he
So
is
you
your
don't
type.
eat Mexican food?
I love it, but I understand it.
And you was asking me questions before the show
Because
even
I was
started.
asking-
Like you
Yeah.
you went off of something that
Because when the wolf came, I was like, I
I
shit
don't-
too at home.
Bruh.
Okay? I didn't.
But his
But I'm not at home.
Okay.
we can move on. We can move on.
Okay. Unfortunately, all the balloons have been popped.
She put me on blast like a fan, but okay.
Well, it was good to have you, though.
I appreciate it.
Oh my God, these people crazy. Now that's what dating is like today. That's how you get a date today. How are we going to hell? Oh shit. That's funny. She put the man on blast. Apparently the dude went to the bathroom before they all lined up. Oh my gosh. And so with everything going on in Washington, I hope y'all are watching some CNBC. Please turn on CNBC for a few minutes a day. Hey, I got another young lady I want to show y'all that blew me away too. Now, this young lady, I was like, man, this is messed up. Take a look at this chick.
I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like I just can't see my nigga like using the umbrella looking like fucking Mary Poppins. Like, I'm sorry, I just cannot. And I feel like it's gonna be so bad when I say it, but I feel like it's sassy.
Wait, so protecting himself from the rain.
No, that's not it. Because you could easily wear a jacket. When you use that umbrella, you're covering the same portions that's going to be covered by a jacket.
Nah.
Just take the jacket off. Why? What's not getting covered by the jacket that's getting covered by the umbrella?
My pants.
Your pants are still getting wet when you have an umbrella.
I got a big umbrella. So why
No.
don't you just wear a jacket? Why do you wear an umbrella?
Like I said, it's sassy, so which means I feel like it's for girls. Here's why though. So it's pouring down raining one day and my grandfather, he's on his way out. And it's, of course, my grandmother, she had umbrellas. So I'm like, you know, are you not going to take an umbrella? He's like, no, real men don't use umbrellas. And I'm not going to lie. I think of my grandfather just so highly because he was just that father figure for me for a long time. So he just holds like a very high place for me. So ever since he said that, it's instilled. My stepdad doesn't use umbrellas. The man I marry is not going to use an umbrella. Like, I'm sorry. It just.
All righty then. So, a man is not allowed to use an umbrella. That's sassy if you use an umbrella. That's the dating pool. Now, I don't know who her granddaddy is. I wonder if he has any idea how bad he fucked her up. I wonder if he knows at all how bad he screwed that young lady up, saying that dumbass shit to her. And now that's stuck in her head. We're in trouble, y'all. We're in trouble. Now, I would have loved to have been there and asked the question, hey, did y'all see the meeting at the Oval Office today? What y'all think? A man is not allowed to use an umbrella. Not her man. Her husband is not going to be able to use an umbrella. Just go and carry your ass out there in the rain. Like your granddaddy did. Boy, I tell you. And she don't recognize how stupid that is. She don't recognize how stupid it was for her granddaddy to say that. Yeah, she was a young girl, but I guarantee you she grown. I guarantee you she grown. She young, but she grown. That's the problem. That's the problem. Man. And my boy couldn't get a date because he blew the bathroom up. Man, that's messed up. You can't make this shit up. Anyway, I'm going to cut it right here. I'm going to ask y'all again to please take a few minutes and look at CNBC. So that's the problem. She didn't know how stupid that is. Right. Yeah, you're right. That is the problem. It didn't sound stupid to her. That's crazy. You know? I tell you what. Most of the shit that I saw Elon Musk say, when I come back on Friday, we're going to look at it some more. We're going to look at part of the speech he gave. It sounded just as stupid as what she just said. I would be willing to bet, James, that she didn't vote at all. If I had to guess, I'd bet she didn't vote at all. You know? So like I was saying, when I come back on Friday, I am going to play some more. I'm going to play some of that Oval Office meeting. And we're going to have a look at it. Because this dude, if you listen to him and crackhead don't come to mind, again, for those that have heard a crackhead talk. I have. If you don't hear crackhead, then I don't understand. Anyway, so on that note, I'm gonna call it good right about there. And hey, as usual, if you got some interesting stuff you want to contact me, send me an email. And you have a good night too, Carmen. And I will see you Friday. And we're going to look some more at this Musk guy. Because this is crazy. All right. Y'all take it easy.